Hello friends, today we will discuss game theory. Game theory in economics is a mathematical framework which is used to analyze strategic interactions between individuals, firms or other entities. Here, the outcome for each participant depends not only their own actions but also on the actions of other participants. It helps economists to study how agents behave in competitive and cooperative scenarios and predict their decisions. So, we will discuss the key components of game theory. First is players, the decision makers in the game. They may be firms, individuals, or governments. Strategies, the possible action each player can take. Payoffs, the outcome or rewards that players receive depending on the strategies chosen by all players. Rules of the game, the structure of the interaction, including how players make decisions and how payoffs are determined. Payoffs are the outcomes. Equilibrium, a state where no player has an incentive to deviate from their chosen strategy given the strategies of others. Types of games. Cooperative versus non-cooperative games. Here, cooperative games is such where players can form binding agreements to achieve better outcomes. Example is cartels in oligopoly markets. Non-cooperative players make decisions independently. So non-cooperative game has no cartels or no agreement. Example is competing firms in a market. Then comes zero-sum versus non-zero-sum games. In zero-sum games, one player's gain is exactly another player's loss. Non-zero-sum game, cooperation can create win-win scenarios or shared losses of both the parties. Simultaneous versus sequential games. Simultaneous games where players make decisions at the same time without knowing the other choices. Sequential players make decisions in turn observing prior moves of others. Repeated games. Games played multiple times where past behavior can influence future strategy. Example is long-term competition between firms. The concepts of this game theory are first, Nash Equilibrium. It is a situation where no player can improve their payoff by unilaterally changing their strategy given the strategies of others. Then comes dominant strategy, a strategy that provides a higher payoff regardless of what others do. Then comes Pareto efficiency, an outcome where no player can be made better off without making another player worse off. Then the most important is prisoner's dilemma, a classic example demonstrating how rational agents might not cooperate even if it leads to a better collective outcome. If they cooperate, the outcome will be better, but here they don't cooperate. Applications in economics. It is applied in oligopoly markets, understanding how firms set prices or production quantities. Auction design, analyzing bidding strategies and revenue outcomes. Public goods, studying contributions to shared resources. Contract theory, designing incentives in employer-employee relationship. It is useful in policy making, predicting how different agents like countries or firms respond to regulations or trade policies. Game theory provides insight into strategic decision making, helping economists to understand complex interactions in competitive and cooperative environments.